golly, we're getting deep in time now. Look, cassettes, photo albums of film, and when Max ran on CDs. Here's a big box of old drawings and stuff that should go back many, many years. I don't really know what order all these are going to be in, but, oh boy, there's a lot to get through here. I'm not sure how much because I've tried to wean all this down before. Do we really want to be looking at old drawings? I guess it is an animation channel, so we probably should do that. Okay, so let's have a look at this first one, and it is book number 8. So all of these other ones do have a chronological order to them. How many are there, though? There's at least 10 or 12. Uh-oh. So what have we got here? Is that one numbered? That's not even mine. Who is that? Is this book 6, or is it May the 6th? I don't know. Is that a 9? The heck? Book 9, okay. Golly, what year was this, though? It's like, great that you put down the month, but it would help if we knew what year it was, dude. Okay, 2011, but it hasn't got a book number, so narrow it down. Okay, book 1 is 2012. Well, that doesn't make sense. Or okay, no, maybe it's 2012 book 1, assuming I'm going to do a whole bunch of them throughout the year. Golly, I haven't really improved that much, have I? March 12. Okay, book 4, March 2012. You'd think, okay, this isn't that long ago. Why do I suck so much? Then again, I haven't really done much drawing since. I'm probably not any better. Okay, book 7. Second attempt at a title page. 1st July, concluded 16th July. Okay, so this whole book was only over a period of 2 weeks. That's pretty good. I guess I was getting a lot of drawing done during this phase of my life. April 12, 2012, concluded May 5th. So that's also only about 2 weeks or so. Man, so this crate filled up quite substantially over just a couple of months. Do we dare dive into them? Moving on. Here is, this thing is really neat. I never threw it away because I find the characters in it to be quite inspiring. I mentioned that photo of my gran in the last video, so I wish I showed her that I still had this. She must completely have forgotten, but you know. So what this thing was, it was a create your character kit. So this drawer would slide out from underneath, and it has all of these panels of just sci-fi looking heroes and things. So there would be heads, torsos, and legs, and you could flip them around and just sort of mix and match and customize different heroes and villains and things. And there's just like a ridiculous amount of combinations you can make by moving all these cards around. So there's like, you know, part robot, part organic. Yeah, it was really good reference material for making up characters when I was a kid. But of course, what you were meant to do was take a selection of things. So I'll take this spider leg one. I think I was always quite fond of that one. This R2D2 head, I guess. And which torso should I take? Make it just vote in the comments below. This one. So, okay, it's completely robot except for organic arms holding laser guns for some reason. And then you would get a piece of paper. Here's some. So you place it over here, slam that down, and now we've got almost like the early Wacom tablets where you could actually slip paper underneath them and trace over it. But instead, you'd get this thingamadoo, which is literally a crayon slapped into a... Man, the focus is bad. A crayon slapped into this little handle, sci-fi looking thing like that. And then you just, whoop, hang on. And then you'd rub over it like this. Oh, I'm not doing it well. Look at that. Oh, marvelous. Beautiful art. So it would create a little stencil. There's some colored pencils here that you could then color it in with. I guess I didn't use them very much, did I? I think I was too paranoid about wearing it out because you'd only get so many goes with it. So there we go. Look at that. Oh, I'm 7. I don't know. So should I purge this thing? Vote in the comments. I like it. Maybe I'll do a little drawing challenge with it another time. Hey, check this out. I literally just pulled out a page that only consists of one stenciled print from that thing before, and it happens to be using one of the same components. That's funny. Bye. Purge time. Gotta be brutal. Childhood memories. Kaput. Except that one was a stencil, so it really wasn't anything. Oh. Down here is Mighty Max. You remember Mighty Max? It was like the boy version of Polly Pocket. They're like little, each one of these, like sort of interesting looking toys covered in blood. That's the thing. Is that still a thing? Can you still get toys that are all like gross like that? But each one was in itself like a set. You know, like there's a whole little world in there with like characters and creatures, and your imagination would just run wild. Like this scorpion one here. This was nuts. Check this out. So open up from the back, and then the claws tilted in this way, and then, golly, became a little platform thing, and a little gear on the back. You can move that with your finger, and it's the whoop-a-dup-a-duh. The middle opened up. It was like a separate little vehicle. Underneath that has, this is where this guy was kept. I liked how it was all compartmentalized, and all the figurines sort of just like had their little place that they could go. There's hours of entertainment in that. They can't go. That would be a shame. Look at this one. This is definitely a source of the how I like to draw and shit. Just stuff with eyes hanging out of its head. That's great. And when you open it up, it's a part of the stuff happening inside. See, is this the horrible brain-looking creature? It's rad. And actually, one last clever thing I want to point about the design of this thing is how all the characters and props are used as a part of the exterior aesthetic. Yeah. Alright, side fins. The side fins become these horrible looking squid things. That's cool. But the best bit is this back fin comes out and it unfolds into some sort of hovercraft, but it's also a manta ray. It was brilliant. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get rid of these. Oh, a couple other things. This is kind of funny. Back when I was working on Prisoner Zero, there was another studio in Melbourne working on a show called Exchange Student Zero. And we were like, the heck is that? They're our rivals or whatever. They made all this merchandise, like playing cards and stuff. But I ended up working for them a year later. Isn't that funny? Small world, huh? Golly, it's a week later and there's still so much left to go. Settled into the new place, but there's still all this stuff left to sort. So, the things that I'm keeping, the things I'm throwing away, I'm not quite sure yet. But certain things will appear. I don't know, I'll just run through it all. It's more for myself than for anyone else. So, I guess let's talk it through these guys. This is 3 Power Rangers. This one, the red one, is the first thing. It's one of the oldest toys I know I had. It's certainly been well worn, but it's still in pretty good nick, so it makes for a good display piece. I got it when I was 3, so this one gets to stay. I actually had 2 White Ranger ones, so I purged one of them previously, and the Green Ranger one was pretty fine up until a couple of years ago when someone else dropped it and broke the mechanism in its head, so it's all floppy now, which is a real bummer. The chest emblem is an interesting little tidbit. It's just really, really faded unless you shine it in the light, but it's still intact. Whereas this one isn't. I deliberately scratched it away when I was a kid because they didn't have the insignia in the show. It wasn't very screen accurate, but it was something across all the merchandise where they did have the insignia on it. This one's covered by the shield, so I decided to keep that one on. The White Ranger is a really interesting one because, of course, it's adapted from a Japanese show, and these were from the next season. This character was from the next season to these guys, but in the Western version, they adapted it and put them both together. So it's interesting that the toy actually has this sort of diamond shape on his chest underneath the shield, which the actual one wouldn't have. So there's a weird little bit of continuity that they added to actually sort of synchronize it to make it look like they were from the same show, even though they totally weren't. Down here, Bionicle. You remember these? They came out like 2001-ish. This is the first one I had. Lots of nostalgia for the green one. Lewa, I think was his name. And my sister and I collected the first set. Unfortunately, I've lost some of them now. But I think I've got to hang on to a few of the others from later seasons as well. They're all very clever. The story, good golly, I reckon the conclusion to this franchise has the single most hectic twist ending to any story ever told. It had a 10-season build-up before something that was alluded to in the first season was finally revealed. It was amazing.